in the room who let me know that Jamie had a blood clot in his brain after he got the shot.
Mike, are you following what's going on with Jamie Foxx?
He's not feeling well.
Something's going on with...
Yeah, they said stroke. I have no idea what happened to him.
You know, they're being tight, and for reasons just about where he is, because Jamie's always been a private person to a certain degree.
While the details of Jamie Foxx's condition have been closely guarded for some time now, it seems there's finally light at the end of the tunnel as some new details have just come up. According to reports circulating in the media, not only does it seem like the Foxx family was intentionally leading the public away from the truth, but right now, there's actual evidence that some of the claims people had been making about Jamie Foxx's condition are actually the truth. And seeing as the family planned to keep everything private from the beginning, it makes sense that they would treat everything like a rumor. But boy, do I have some big news for you. I'll give you a hint. It involves the recent vaccine claims. As you've probably heard on the news, the Foxx family seems to be in a pretty complicated position, as Jamie Foxx seems to, fighting for his life while everyone just watches on the side. I say it's complicated because one thing that has stayed the same through these trying times is the man's actual condition, as no one outside of the family seems to know what's happening to him. Well, it seems those days are finally over, as new details have just come out proving that this cover-up was actually an intentional move by the family. Let's take a step back for a bit. It all started when word got out on social media that Jamie was rushed to the hospital due to a medical emergency. But that's all we know, which isn't enough for most people.
Jamie Foxx, the multi-talented actor, musician, I mean, there's nothing that Jamie Foxx can't do. He's been hospitalized now for what his family's calling a medical complication.
Not long after the news broke, rumors started to circulate that Foxx's condition had something to do with his history of substance abuse. But those rumors were put to bed when the Foxx family spoke up. In a statement attributed to the actor's family that was posted to her Instagram account, they wrote that the star had suffered a medical complication that required him to be taken to the hospital. He had been filming Back in Action in Atlanta with Cameron Diaz as recently as a week from then. The family also said in the statement that Foxx was now on his way to recovery, though they didn't reveal what medical issue he suffered.
So Jamie Foxx suffered a very serious medical emergency that landed him in the hospital.
But a source described the issue to TMZ in more serious terms, calling it a medical emergency, though they said Foxx was now communicating again. And then shortly after, his daughter Corinne announced in an Instagram story on May 12th that the comedian had been released from the hospital. Update from the family: sad to see how the media runs wild. My dad has been out of the hospital for weeks recuperating, Corinne wrote on Instagram. She harshly dismissed reports that claimed the family was preparing for the worst. In fact, she said, he was playing pickleball yesterday. Thanks for everyone's prayers and support. We have an exciting work announcement coming next week too. After reports from TMZ on May 3rd, 2023, claiming that Jamie Foxx's family and friends are asking for prayers as he remains hospitalized, many people feared the worst. But on May 5th, a source in the actor's circle told people they were told Jamie is stable and not in a life-threatening situation now. The insider also told the outlet that doctors are doing more tests and want to be completely sure that he will be okay before discharging him. He has a lot of projects going on, the insider continues. He gets things done. He is focused and astute. What happened to him medically is serious enough to keep him in the hospital. However, on May 4th, Foxx's former co-star Natasha Blasick shared an update on his health. The actress said she was worried that he was getting worse until she texted one of his close friends who gave her some reassurance. He was like, no, he's recovering, Blasick told Entertainment Tonight. This, according to reports, was where a new rumor that started to circulate about Jamie's condition was born, while the Foxx family has been intentionally tight-lipped about everything that's been going on with the star. People have been using whatever resources they have at their disposal to figure out where the actor's condition actually stands. This is exactly what led to the recent claims that his condition has something to do with the COVID vaccine. The news report that acclaimed that Academy Award winner Jamie Foxx was hospitalized after he was seriously injured by a COVID vaccine has gone massively viral, having been viewed millions of times on social media.
That Jamie had a blood clot in his brain after he got the shot. He did not want the shot, but the movie he was on, he was pressured to get it.
The claim about Foxx was first made by a gossip columnist on the online talk show Ask Dr. Drew. AJ Benza, a podcaster who formerly worked for the New York Daily News, told Dr. Drew Pinsky on his program on May 30th that Foxx was left partially paralyzed and blind after he received a COVID vaccine. Benza alleged that Foxx was forced to get a vaccine while he was working on a film. He claimed he had a source in the room with Foxx and that the performer developed a blood clot, which led to a stroke after he got vaccinated. Pinsky didn't challenge the claim. Benza didn't name the source. He didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. In an exclusive statement to NBC News, his rep said that the allegation is completely inaccurate, although he declined to offer any more specifications or clarifications on the cause of the actor's condition. This marks the first time that another party outside of Foxx's immediate family has spoken on the actor's behalf in an official capacity. Prior to these claims, his daughter Corinne took to social media to dispel separate false claims that made it seem like her father was on his deathbed. Still, that hasn't stopped Benza's disputed claim from running rampant on social media. Far-right commentators like Candace Owens amplified it on her YouTube-based podcast. In fact, a clip on Owens' YouTube page of her discussing Foxx's condition had more than 180,000 views Wednesday. This was largely due to Owens' controversial belief that the fact that the Foxx family had been letting all the claims about the actor's health slide without saying anything is proof of a bigger conspiracy. Their silence seems as though there is some veracity to this claim, Owens said in the YouTube video, which was posted Tuesday. We're all holding our breath to see whether or not Jamie Foxx speaks out. If you have been following the story on Jamie's health for a while, you're probably aware that there have been a lot of claims about what is wrong with him, right from some claiming he had a stroker, case in point.
Mike, are you following what's going on with Jamie Foxx?
He's not feeling well.
Something's going on with...
Yeah, they said stroke.
To others claiming that his current condition is an attempt against his life because he chose to speak up against the higher powers that control how the industry operates. So the claim is that Jamie was poisoned with a drug that's supposed to make his condition seem like a regular health problem, but in reality is just a way to off him. And then there's also the group of people that believe this whole thing basically escalated because Jamie, who used to have a drug problem more than a decade ago, relapsed into his old ways and somehow landed in the hospital for overdoing it. Now, while all of these should naturally be easily dispelled as nothing but rumors, the point Candace Owens was trying to make is that why did the Foxx family choose to say nothing about all of those other claims, but jumped at the opportunity to clear the air when the COVID vaccine claims started to take over the media?
Their silence seems as though they are suggesting that there is some veracity to this claim.
Thinking about it logically, it does seem a little weird that they immediately spoke out on the vaccine inducing his hospitalization. What makes this even more probable here is that the information about the vaccine having nothing to do with his current condition didn't actually come from a member of the Foxx family, but actually from a direct representative of Foxx himself. I'm no genius, but this seems to allude to the fact that they had to clear up the air on what actually isn't Jamie's condition, leading us to believe that some of the previous claims that have been made about what the actor is battling might actually be his current reality. It also doesn't help that Jamie's daughter might have previously lied about him being out of the hospital to lead people into thinking he was back to being his regular self, so it makes sense that there is definitely something fishy going down in the Foxx household. Well, expectedly, fans have also been talking about how the whole narrative seems to be very controlled. One user on Twitter wrote, "On the Hollywood and family cover-up of what happened to and what's happening with Jamie Foxx. Meanwhile, it's not clear if Foxx can even communicate now. He's being isolated. Information about his present condition is being controlled." No one is exactly sure of where things stand with the actor, but we have hope that he'll pull through. That's it for this video. Goodbye.